WWE have announced a new commentary team, Raw is heading to Saudi Arabia, and Rey Mysterio is planning a Dominic Mysterio cosplay? Welcome to Wrestling Republic News, your daily show that brings you all the non-dirty wrestling news in the time that it takes for you to drink your morning coffee. Before we get into the news, please like and subscribe, I really appreciate it. WWE have announced a new announce team for Monday Night Raw starting next week. Wade Barrett will be moving over to Raw, and he will be joined by the new announcer, Joe Tessitore, and I'm really excited about this one. Of course, as announced on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw, Michael Cole and Corey Graves will be moving over to the SmackDown brand. Pat McAfee has previously been announced to be on the Raw commentary team once the brand moves to Netflix in January next year, so it's unclear how the announce teams will change at that point. Will Michael Cole go back over to Raw, and will Joe Tessitore go over to SmackDown? Who knows, we'll have to wait and find out, but it will certainly be interesting. If you guys haven't heard Joe Tessitore before, he is absolutely brilliant. He's called quite a few different sports in his time, including boxing and some MMA, but I think he's got the perfect voice for professional wrestling, but I guess we're going to have to wait and see. What I'm just kind of hoping from all of this is that we get some consistency within the teams, because I don't want to blame Pat McAfee because I absolutely love him, but because he keeps coming and going, it kind of feels like the announce teams on the other brand change every few months. I don't know why we don't just have Michael Cole and Wade Barrett on Raw, and then Corey Graves and Joe Tessitore on SmackDown, or something like that, or vice versa, whatever. But just wherever McAfee's going to go when they return, have Cole on that brand, so you don't have to switch Cole around every 6 months too. I don't understand why they're doing this, but I'm sure they have a plan. I just don't understand it. But talking about Monday Night Raw, an episode of it is heading to Saudi Arabia in November. The chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority has announced that Crown Jewel will be returning in November, and the following day, on a Sunday, an episode of Monday Night Raw will be taped. It will be taped on November 3rd before it presumably airs as normal in the normal time slot on November 4th. It is quite interesting that they're doing a Monday Night Raw taping and not a Friday Night SmackDown one, because they could have done a Friday Night SmackDown the day before, like they do in a lot of these different cities that they go to and all of that. I mean, that would have made a lot more sense, and also they could have done it live. But hey, I'm not complaining, because international crowds for weekly TV episodes, they always add a different feeling to it, so I'm excited for it. WWE legend Batista has revealed that he misses WWE, but he will not be returning. During an interview with Chris Van Vliet, Batista said that he misses wrestling, he misses the crowds, he misses the fans, and he just misses the in-ring stuff. But he will not return because he doesn't want to tarnish what he considers as a storybook ending to his career at WrestleMania 35. Of course, if you didn't know, he retired at WrestleMania 35 in a match against Triple H, and it was absolutely phenomenal. But going in, nobody really knew that it was going to be his final match. Some people speculated it, but he's opened up about that as well. He said that going in, he knew it was going to be his final match, but he didn't want that to be the selling point of the match. He didn't want that to be like the overlooking factor. He didn't want to do all the waving and all of that stuff. He just wanted to focus on the storyline, and I respect that, honestly, because instead of doing retirement match and all that like a lot of people do, and that's completely fine, he did something a bit different, and he told a story and a perfect finishing point to his career. Nikki Garcia, formerly known as Nikki Bella, has praised Mariah May vs. Toni Storm from AEW All in London this past weekend. She revealed on the Nikki and Bree show that it was the first wrestling pay-per-view that she's seen start to finish in a very, very long time, and she watched it with her son. She said that she loved it, and both her and her son were in awe with the match. Of course, her twin sister, Brie Garcia, formerly known as Brie Bella in WWE, was in attendance in the front row for the event, and specifically the main event where her husband, Bryan Danielson, competed. So, of course, the family had a lot of ties to the event itself. Now, the question here is, could we see the Garcia twins in AEW? Well, Nikki Garcia has previously said that she was very close to calling Tony Khan after Monet debuted, and after this, I'm getting the feeling we might just. But talking about All In, Mercedes Moné has revealed that her All In ring gear cost £10,000. She revealed this in the latest edition of Monet Mag, where she also opened up about her match against Britt Baker and said that if she was going to do it again, she'd do a lot differently. She said that she could tell the audience was fatigued from all the matches before them, and that perhaps she did certain moves and certain things in the match that weren't necessary, but noted she would learn from it for next time. Honestly, I actually quite enjoyed the match, right? It wasn't amazing, but I thought it did its job. But I absolutely love this self-awareness and the self-critiquing from Monet. It shows a real sense of professionalism. Rey Mysterio is planning another cosplay-inspired WWE attire, and it's quite a weird one. On the Sam Roberts show, Mysterio revealed that he's planning to cosplay Dominic Mysterio in the near future. I mean, this is going to be all-time trolling. I mean, imagine your dad cosplaying as you in a match against you. I mean, it'll be so funny. And I really want to see this now. One of the best things about Rey Mysterio is his attires, and over the years he's done so many great cosplay ones, and honestly I think this could be all time if it's done right. I mean, what's he going to do? Is the mask going to have a mullet or something like that? I mean, that would just be hilarious. And finally today, NWA have signed yet another talent to an exclusive contract. I mean, these guys are signing a lot of people right now. This time, it's big, strong Mims who signed the deal. Of course, a former NWA TV champion. NWA signing so many names recently is honestly great for the wrestling business altogether, so I'm really happy about it, because the more people who are on full-time contracts, the better in my eyes. But that's all the news for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. I will be back same time tomorrow for some more Wrestling Republic news. See you guys then. Peace!